Welcome to my room of shame, aka my playroom. So I want to disclaimer this, my house is not this untidy usually, but I went from terrible illness in my last trimester of pregnancy to the newborn trenches. So this room didn't really get used that much anyway, and it just became a complete dumping ground. At the moment, I spend 90% of my day nap trapped. So typically anytime I ask somebody to move something or take it in here for me, it just ends up on a giant pile. So now that I'm home and on maternity leave, I wanted to tackle this room to make sure that the kids are actually able to use it. And because it's making my eye twitch, quite frankly, every time I walk past it. So I started by obviously creating some space, which for some parts it was just getting rid of the rubbish, and other parts it was literally trying to clear a space of rubbish. Then I roped in my two older girls that are homeschooled to help me with this mammoth task, because as you can see, the baby is literally strapped on me 24/7. So, and she has colic, she has reflux, she is not one of those babies that you can literally just put down and will chill by itself. She needs to be involved and amongst it 24/7. And I'm so grateful that we even have a home that has this space for a playroom, so it really didn't make sense that we weren't utilising it. Especially with 6 children at home, we need all the space that we can get, and the boys love to use this room to watch like their own TV and all the things, and it's really important as a large family that each kid gets their own space. So the mum guilt on this was just absolutely huge, but I do think it is more of a realistic view of what your house can look like. You know, I'd love to say it's aesthetic and Instagrammable every minute of the day. It really isn't, but it doesn't usually get to this bad state. So this is as far as I got on the first day before the baby started crying. On the second day, I had her in the bouncer, so it was a little bit easier to move some of the heavier items and to help the girls a little bit more to actually start to put back some of the stuff that we'd sorted into piles, and then obviously what needed organising, things like the books, the baby's toys, my toddler. This is essentially her room basically, and there is nothing more satisfying than getting to the point where you can start to put things back and also bring out the Hoover. So admittedly, even once it's finished, it's not perfect. I really needed to go back in and just start moving things around a little bit more. But I am actually only renting. There is so much that I can do. I'd love to change this fireplace and other things, but I can't. So it is what it is. Will there be a part 2 to this? Probably not. And I'm quite happy with where I left it. Now I need to tackle my next big project, is that conservatory. Oh my God, send help.